Hi everyone. Have you ever reached a point where you feel a little out of balance? Maybe you've been sick or you've been traveling or you're simply out of your normal daily routines. Well, that's me today. Over the past few weeks, I had a bad sinus infection followed by the stomach flu, and then I was traveling for a family wedding. So I feel a little out of balance at the moment. I enjoyed the wedding week so much. We ate lots of delicious foods and I wouldn't change any of it, but I feel like a fresh start. And since I'm also 5 months pregnant, I thought it was the perfect time to stop and reset for the second half of my pregnancy. So today, I'd love to share how I'm getting back on track with my health and my healthy habits and the little things I'm doing to reset. So first things first, let's go to my local Japanese supermarket and stock up my fridge. Keeping healthy food stocked and readily available is one of the best things we can do for ourselves. If our surroundings are filled with convenience foods, it can make healthier choices much harder. I like to keep my fridge, freezer, and pantry well stocked with healthy options because it reduces decision fatigue and supports my health goals. This is what we've got for this week, and as you can see, it's quite a large shopping trip, but that's because we're basically out of everything. So I have all my veggies over here, and then I do have some frozen veggies that we've run out of, so that's that. And all my mushrooms, some fruits to have this week, these beautiful cherry tomatoes from a local farmer. And then we have all my dairy products, milks, yogurts, cottage cheese, and I have some eggs, tofu, and natto. So this is how we're going to start this week. Hopefully we're off to a good start. Now that I've stocked up and have a full fridge, it's time to do some baking and food prep for the week ahead. Honestly, lately I've been super hungry and I'll be craving something salty 1 minute and then 2 hours later I'm wanting something sweet, and it's been a bit of a cycle. Now I know if I stop today and make a double batch of brownies, I'd probably just eat 2 or 3 after every meal. That's how I'm feeling. But let's make some healthier options that I can grab and go throughout this week. Hoping to make some snacks and some breakfast options that will be ready and available when hunger strikes. Having healthier snacks and breakfasts ready to go can really help. If I'm honest, it's easy to grab something while I'm out running errands or stop by a Japanese convenience store for a quick snack. But if that becomes a regular habit, it's probably not the best choice for me, the baby, or my wallet. Here I'm making some muffins using the last of my homemade applesauce. The apple muffins are ready to go into the oven. I made some for my husband and I, and also some mini ones for my 2-year-old. So let's get those in the oven and start on some energy bites. Chocolate has been one of my favorite things since I was a child, and honestly, it still is today. By making these little energy bites with cocoa powder, I can satisfy some of that chocolate craving while also adding a few extra nutrients. I've learned that rather than completely cutting out the foods I love, it's better to enjoy them in moderation or find a healthier version that still satisfies the craving. The apple muffins and energy bites are done, so let's go ahead and make something salty. Here I'm making some savory breakfast muffins. They include Greek yogurt and eggs for some extra protein when I need a grab and go breakfast. Knowing I have delicious options ready to go makes it much easier to be intentional about what I eat and enjoy my foods without guilt. So now that we have a fully stocked fridge with healthy options and some snacks and breakfasts ready to go, let's talk about exercise. For me, getting my workout done before the day starts is the only way I can stay consistent in this season of life. I know that once I get home, my 2-year-old is awake, and then I have work responsibilities and ministry commitments, while also caring for my precious daughter. Then there's making dinner, preparing lunch boxes for the next day, cleaning up, and before I know it, the day is gone. I only started going back to the gym at the beginning of this year, and aside from the month when I was terribly sick with morning sickness, I've been consistent and it has really helped. Now that I'm back from traveling, I'm once again waking up early and heading to the gym first thing in the morning. It helps me start my day in a great way. Lastly, let's talk about the final habit that's helping me get back on track,
and that's reading. I have two dedicated blocks for reading every day, and the first one is in the morning before I go to work. I like to stop and read my Bible and pray before the day starts. The second dedicated time is at night before I go to bed, and this is where I read all kinds of books. But when I'm feeling unwell or traveling, usually this reading time at night falls away.
I found that when I read even a few pages of a good book before bed, instead of scrolling on my phone, I sleep better and continue learning at the same time. A few simple habits help make this easier, such as turning off notifications an hour before bed or leaving a book on my bedside table and next to my couch. That way, when I sit down, the default is to pick up a book instead of my phone. So I'm making an effort to get back into that habit as well. So these are the 3 things I'm doing to get back on track. Keeping healthy foods on hand, waking up early to exercise, and being intentional about my reading habits. We all have different seasons in life, and sometimes we can all drift away from the healthy habits that make us feel our best. But I'm learning that getting back on track doesn't have to be complicated. It's often the simple habits and routines that we have in our daily life that make the biggest difference. I know we all have full lives, but I hope this video has been an encouragement to you in some way. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!